Walton Central School District YouTube Live, bringing you high school basketball action. Doubleheader tonight. Walton takes on Sidney. Girls and boys basketball action. Ron Golly with Lucas Wally. Lucas, very exciting night for basketball.
It's going to be a doubleheader against Sidney. Sidney's always been a very good basketball team in the league, and it should be two great games here tonight.
So the girls' game tips off in just a minute. We'll have that for you at 5:30. The boys' game scheduled at 7 o'clock or 7:15 this evening on a very chilly evening in Walton. November 14th, doubleheader action. Walton versus Sidney. A couple of teams that have really had some great memories over the years against each other. Coming up in just moments, we'll have our national anthem. And after that, we'll be set for tonight's tip-off of the first game of the basketball game of the Lady Warriors versus the Lady Warriors from Sidney. Now it's time for our national anthem. Walton Central School sophomore Leanna Beach with our national anthem. We are set for tonight's basketball action. Walton versus Sidney coming your way on Walton Central School District YouTube Live. Last time we were here, Lucas and I were able to bring you the first half of the game, the varsity girls game, which they were trailing at the half against Unadilla Valley. Lucas, that had a happy ending.
It did have a happy ending. They ended up coming back, and they ended up winning by like 10, 15 points and really turned the game around for them.
Let's meet the starting lineup for Sidney. Number 1, Savannah Baldwin. Number 5, Emma Simmons. Number 13, Mariah Gifford. Number 23, Haley Larson. And Crystal Bear, number 35, senior. 2 senior starters for Sidney, also an 8th grade student, Emma Simmons, and a couple of sophomores. Coached by Donnie Pierce, longtime coach for the Sidney Warriors, also a former basketball player for Sidney.
And now senior number 14, Carissa Crandall.
Carissa Crandall, number 14, starts for Walton.
Number 20, Mackenzie Clough.
Mackenzie Clough, number 20.
An 8th grader, number 22,
McCarran McGibbon gets a start in the backcourt tonight, number 22. Olivia Harvey, number 31.
And a senior, number 33, Jordan Palmatier.
Number 33, Jordan Palmatier. Walton dressed in their home white uniforms, Sidney in their road maroon uniforms. Normally Grace Reinhardt starts in the backcourt. I wonder if she's not under the weather.
Must be, but it's going to be interesting to see how McCarran McGibbon, they worked her into the starting lineup. It's going to be interesting to see how they set up now, having her on the court instead of Grace.
Well, she's certainly not unfamiliar with starting. When Carissa had her ankle problem a few weeks ago, she stepped in as a starting role. So
she held her own when she was in there.
She
being
did.
an 8th grader, she's works with this varsity team very well, being only an 8th grader.
So both teams starting an 8th grader. Emma Simmons, number 8 for number 5 for Sidney, and also McCarran McGibbon, number 22 for the Warriors. Walton goes left to right. Sidney right to left for set for basketball action here on Walton Central School District YouTube Live. Thanks to having you join us tonight. Opening tap goes to McGibbon, who tracks it down in the corner, tipped out of bounds, and it goes to Walton. So the Warriors have the first possession of the game. We are hooked up with live chat, so if you have any comments, be sure to pass them along here at Walton Central School District YouTube Live. McGibbon out front at the point. Crandall at the behind the circle left side. Back again to McGibbon. Plenty of time for the Warriors. 11 on the shot clock. McGibbon looks inside, finds Clough. Clough takes it to the basket. Strong with the left hand, doesn't go. Rebound tipped out, controlled by Sidney. Here come the Warriors. Shot doesn't go. Pretty good look that time for Sidney. Emma Simmons' shot didn't fall. And the rebound comes off to Walton. They turn it over. Sidney back the other way. No score. We played 45 seconds. Monday night basketball. Walton-Sidney doubleheader. There's a travel called against Sidney, turning the ball back over to the Walton Warriors. Pretty good up-tempo so far, Lucas.
It is. Both teams have started out very well. The Sidney team has had a few losses in their league so far this year. I think they're coming in tonight hungry, looking for a win.
Mackenzie Clough, number 20 out front. That's Olivia Harvey. Harvey takes a dribble. Back out front it comes to Jordan Palmatier. Whistle travel called on Walton. So both teams turning it over early. Maybe kind of settling in. A little early start. 5:30 is a bit of an unusual starting time. Sidney with the ball. Scoreless here in Walton. Good ball movement by Sidney. Shot blocked by Clough. Opportunity shot. Foul again by the Warriors. Walton Warriors. McGibbon to Clough. Clough to Crandall. Crandall down low to Harvey. Nice pass. Shot is good. Basket to Harvey. Assist to Crandall. And the Warriors of Walton take a 2-1 lead. Sidney pushing it back down the floor. Shot outside. Doesn't fall. Rebound ricochets out of bounds. Goes to Walton. Neither team timid about pushing the ball down the floor, are they?
Both teams are just trying to get into their groove and what they know best, and that's pushing the floor and running their press and getting down the field, down the court.
McGibbon out front for Walton in the corner. Palmatier. Palmatier doesn't look for her shot. Back out front it comes. Now it's Crandall behind the circle, left side. 5:59 to go in the quarter. Clough to the basket is fouled. On her way. Good strong move with the left hand. Shooting foul here for Clough. Personal accounts go against Crystal Bavar, her first. Free throw Clough is good. 5'11" junior with her first point tonight. Second shot Clough is good. Comes in averaging with 133 points on the season. So Walton with a 4-1 lead going to some full court pressure. Sidney able to break the press. Nicely with Savannah Baldwin handling it. Out front it comes. Here comes Riley McAdams back the other way for the Warriors. Down low, Frank shot doesn't go. Rebounded to Sidney. 3-minute mark of the first period. Sidney on the move. Trailing by 6. Shot out of bounds. Goes to Walton. Into the Sidney lineup, that's number 12, Jordan Lang. Sidney coming away with the ball. Number 13 is Mariah Gifford. Gifford across midcourt. Emma Simmons kicked out of bounds, stays with Sidney. Whistle foul against Walton. Not a shooting foul. Foul on Kylie Wiggins, her first. Ball again poked away. Reclaimed by Sidney. New shot clock, 27 on the clock right now. Sidney turns it over. Walton gets it back. Sidney really unable to do much against that zone.
Well, they've had a hard time controlling their turnovers offensively with that tight Walton defense.
Warriors the other way. Grace Reinhardt with the ball. Now it's Kylie Wiggins. Wiggins cross court. That's Lauren Frank. Bounce pass. McAdams is open. Takes a long one-hander. It's no good. Rebound collected by Kinch. Kinch is called for traveling. Emma Simmons for Sidney. Puts a shot up. Doesn't go. Kinch has the rebound. Kiara Kinch for the Warriors. Reinhardt to the basket is fouled. In the act of shooting, will shoot 2. Reinhardt's first free throw good. Walton ups the advantage now to 8-1 with 1:42 left here in a quarter. Second opportunity, Reinhardt comes up short. Sidney with possession. Sidney Warriors with it. It's number 5, Emma Simmons. Floor leader for the Warriors, brings the ball down the floor, gets it down low. And again, a travel call on Sidney. Good Walton defense that time. Grace Reinhardt for Sid Walton starts down the floor. Kylie Wiggins, number 34. That's McAdams. McAdams sets up for a long one-hander, doesn't go. Rebound again to Sidney. Here comes Simmons. Simmons down the floor. Shot up. Doesn't go. Follow shot is no good. Long one-hander. Off the mark. Out of bounds to Walton. A minute left. And the 2-platoon system for Walton as the starting 5 re-enters the game. They got the starting 4 plus Haley. Haley Gardner, number 44, also into the Walton lineup. Long shot doesn't go. Rebound collected by Gardner for Walton. Gardner ahead to Crandall. Crandall out front. McGibbon. McGibbon to Harvey. Harvey down a nice look. Pass to Clough is good. Beautiful ball movement. Call for the basket. Sidney wants a 30-second timeout, and not a bad time to talk things over. 11-1, starting to get away from him just a little bit.
Just trying to get it going again before the end of the first quarter so they come out with a nice second quarter. I think Sidney's just been having a tough time not only creating shots, but finishing the shots that they do create on the offensive end. But Walton's just been playing such a tight defense on them, they haven't really had a chance to create much.
Don Pierce again, the coach over at Sidney, working with the girls this year. Kind of a rebuilding, retooling year for Sidney. They had lost a lot of the girls off last year's very good team. So it's kind of a developmental stage for these girls. 11-1 to score, 46 seconds left for the quarter. Sidney works the ball down the court. Long shot is good. Basket for number 14 for Sidney. That is Hannah Gray. Gray with the basket. Gardner with the ball for Walton. Down low to McGibbon. McGibbon shot doesn't fall. Rebound no good with a foul. And with 21 seconds left in the quarter, going to the line shooting 2 is Mackenzie Clough for the Warriors of Walton. First shot off the mark. Second shot again doesn't go. Cliff tracks it down. So Walton keeps the ball. 17 seconds. Haley Gardner down low. Shot doesn't go. Back up again. Good. Haley Gardner, it's 5'7" junior, staying with it. Gets the shot to fall. And it's a 13-3 lead. 10-point advantage for Walton from the last 5 seconds of the quarter. Oh, nice pass down low and a foul. What a good look that was from Emma Simmons.
That was. She was able to thread the needle right there that time.
Pretty good execution for an 8th grader, huh? She's got some game. So going to the line shooting 2 for Sidney, Megan Warden, number 3. First free throw is good. Cuts the lead to 9, 13-4. Second shot doesn't go. And that does it for the quarter. So after one period of play, Walton out in front of Sidney by a score of 13-4. Lucas, how did Walton get their 9-point advantage?
Well, a lot of it started with their defense. They've just been playing nice, solid defense, controlling the boards, and they've been able to control the game defensively and then come down on the offensive end and be able to create shots for themselves and make them. I think Sidney's just been having a tough time, creating shots and then finishing the shots that they do create, and they've had a tough time with some turnovers on the offensive end as well.
So Walton leads by a score of 13-4, getting set for the second quarter. 13-4 the score. Walton with the lead as we get set for the second quarter play. With Walton on top, we'll have the varsity boys game to follow this between Walton and Sidney. I think you guys met 3 different times last year.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, those are some pretty fun games that time last year. I think the one game we went into double overtime. That was during the sectional game. That was a really exciting game. But, yeah, we've had some pretty good games with Sidney in the past, and I don't think we'll have nothing short this year.
And you won them all.
Yeah, that's tough, beating a team times like that, especially going in the sectionals with them like that.
I remember your coach telling me that exact same thing. He said playing them 3 times in 5 days was tough. Walton gets the ball as we start the second quarter. Sidney on a takeaway and back the other way. Shot to the basket, good. So Sidney scored the last 4 points of this game as Jordan Lang takes it down the floor and scores. 13-6 the score. Sidney with the last 4 points of the game. Harvey up front for Walton. Now it's Gardner. Gardner left side to McGibbon. McGibbon back to Crandall. Carissa Crandall on her way to the basket is fouled. Shoots 2. She has that ability to create contact, doesn't she?
Well, she went right through she penetrated right through the 2-3 zone, was able to draw the contact because they double teamed her on that, and she went for the shot, and they both got caught fouling her.
Once you split the double team, you're in pretty good shape. And she
you
did.
are, especially in a 2-3 zone. You find that soft spot right in the middle.
The tricky part is to be able to split it. When you do, you're in good shape. But, yeah, easier said than done. Crandall hits the first free throw, 14-6. Walton's advantage is 8. Second shot, Crandall, good. So Walton on top now 16, 15-6. A little over 7 minutes to go in the second quarter. Sidney started to warm up, hitting the shot on the outside of the inside this time. That's number 23, Haley Larson. So it's 15-8, and Sidney finding some space inside Walton's zone. Crandall for Walton takes the ball to the corner. Turns the ball over. Here comes Sidney. This time Sidney turns it over in the right place, the right time. That time is Walton. Beautiful job that time. Nice look by Olivia Harvey, who got the steal, and a good pass to Clough, who converts at the other end of the floor. And Walton turns defense into offense. 9-point advantage for Walton. The other way, shot doesn't go. Rebound again comes off to Harvey. Here come the Warriors looking to run. Harvey takes it to the basket. Shot, no. Had a good look. Rebound comes off to Sidney. Credit Sidney for getting back defensively that time. They did a good job. This time Walton again takes the ball away. Crandall ahead of the pack for the Warriors. Takes it to the basket. Crandall's shot doesn't go. Rebound, offensive foul called on Carissa. Now that's outstanding defense.
That is. Emma Simmons has kind of picked up her game here in the second quarter. She's had some pretty good passes on the offensive end and playing some good defense.
She has a good feel for this game, doesn't she?
Well, being an 8th grader, she's been doing very well.
17-8 the score. Back comes Sidney. 6 minutes left in the quarter. Again, we're set up for live chat, so if you have any comments, make sure to let us know on Walton Central School District YouTube Live. Sidney looking to cut into the Walton lead. Ball poked away by Walton's defense. Wiggins with the knock away that time. Out of bounds, it stays with Sidney. Inbound pass collected by Savannah Baldwin for Sidney. She's double teamed. Ball is free, and that's a shot clock violation.
That's just some excellent defense that time by Walton, being able to force them to use up all the time and not get a shot off.
Walton up by 9, 17-8. Warriors back the other way. Palmetier back into the Walton lineup. McAdams back to Palmetier, open for 3. Back iron it out, look good all the way, just a little bit long. Here comes Sidney. Shot no, but a foul, and 2 shots coming for Sidney. As that time they did a nice job getting down the floor. Haley Larson, number 23, junior, at the line for Sidney. (17-8) the score, a little over 5 minutes left in the first half. Second shot doesn't go, lane violation. Let's see who that one's on Sidney. So Walton gets the ball on the side. Riley McAdams, senior, brings the ball down the floor. Palmetier from the corner, shot it long. Rebound Walton, back up, no. Rebound collected this time by Sidney. Finally coming away with that loose ball is Jordan Lang. Lang pushing ahead to Baldwin. Baldwin out of bounds. And a whistle. Goes against Walton. Sidney with the ball out of bounds. Lauren Frank with that foul for the Warriors. That's her first. A carrying violation against Sidney. Lauren Frank, nice look down low to Wiggins. Wiggins' shot is good and a foul. I don't know how she got that ball off. Put it in and is fouled.
Well, Lauren Frank saw the pass. She whipped it right in there. I couldn't even see that ball going in there. And then Kylie, what a finish.
Oh, a beautiful pass. And Wiggins really was in a crowd, but did a nice job putting the ball up and drawing contact and scoring.
I mean, hey, we'll take it.
Second free throw doesn't go. Right side is Palmetier. Walton turns the ball over. Back comes Sidney. Long left-hand shot doesn't go. Palmetier with a rebound for Walton. Wiggins down the floor, back up front to McAdams. McAdams' shot rims out. 4-minute mark of the quarter. 19-8 the score. Walton by 11. Shot no good, but again a foul. And Sidney doing a nice job getting the ball inside, drawing some contact.
They've been doing a little bit of better job this second quarter, you know, finding some shots and being able to finish them.
Showing a little more patience.
Yeah, that's what you need against
it is
a 2-3 zone like Walton. You just need patience and execution.
First free throw, it doesn't go. Crandall back into the Walton lineup. McGibbon back into the lineup. Also Clough re-enters. Second free throw is offline. Rebound grab by Baldwin for Savannah Baldwin of Sidney. She turns the ball over. Here comes Harvey, Olivia Harvey for the Warriors. Harvey takes it inside, finds Clough, inside shot. No, but a whistle and a foul and a great pass again by Harvey to Clough. Harvey, the latest member of the 1,000-point club here at Walton, goes to line shooting 2. No, I'm sorry, it's Clough at the line. Harvey with a pass was the last one to have 1,000 career points. Clough's first free throw is good. Give her 6 on the evening. Second shot also good. Walton extends their lead now to 21-8. And Carissa Crandall comes away with a turnover for the Warriors and is called for a travel. Savannah Baldwin, Jr., gets the ball across court for Sidney. Long one-hander, left-handed, banks in. Basket to Megan Warden. Warden with 4 points on the night, 3 on that trip. It's a 10-point advantage. Carissa Crandall in the corner. Her three-pointer is good. Two-pointer is good. So 23-11. Walton's lead is 12 as both teams look like they're starting to warm up a little bit. Back the other way comes Sidney. Shot rolls off this time. Rebound to Clough. Mackenzie Clough, the 5'11 junior in the open court for the Warriors. To McGibbon. McGibbon in the corner. Palmatier. Palmatier back to McGibbon. McGibbon finds Clough. Palmatier's open. Takes a long three from the corner. Got it!
She is a lethal three-point shooter when she gets going.
She is. When she gets set, when she finds her spot, she's good. And you know what I like about it? She doesn't force it.
She finds smart shots, and she takes them, and she makes them.
That's exactly it. If I had that kind of ability, I'd never pass the ball. Let's face it. Shot doesn't go. Rebound again comes off to Harvey. Harvey with the ball for the Warriors. Olivia takes it strong to the basket. Up and good off glass.
What a great move.
Well, that's one of many reasons she scored 1,000-plus points. She's got a lot of great moves. 2:17 left in the first half with your score. Walton leading 28-11 against Sidney. Sidney makes a couple of moves to get within like 8 or 9 points, and Walton goes on a little run.
Yeah, well, Sidney's been heating up here to start the second quarter, but Walton's just been answering back, playing even tougher defense and finishing a little more on the offensive end.
I think a couple of advantages Walton has. I think they're a deeper team. I think they're a more experienced team, and it's really showed off in this first half.
Well, they have a little more depth of bench. I think Sidney's only been switching in 1 or 2 subs at a time, where we've seen Coach Backus rotate 4 or 5 right in at a time.
So just a little over 2 minutes to go in the first half of the first game tonight. It's 28-11, Walton with a lead. Walton girls playing this game. Then coming up at 7 o'clock this evening, we're scheduled to have the Walton boys versus the Sidney boys. Lucas, give us a scouting report on Sidney. What do you know about them this year?
Well, like us, they graduated a bunch of seniors last year, but they do have they're going to be really good again this year. You know, the players that they had last year in the second string have been experienced. They were on the team last year. They know what Sidney basketball is like, and they've been players that we've been playing growing up through modified and JV, and they're all really good players, and it's going to be a really good game.
Looking forward to that. That's coming up, our second game of the evening, Walton versus Sidney. So that's coming up next on Walton Central School YouTube Live. Sidney turns the ball, nearly turns it over, gets it back again. 2 minutes left to go here in the quarter. Long shot outside doesn't go, out of bounds, and it stays with, goes over to Walton. Palmatier behind the circle. Minute 57 left in the half. 28-11 Warriors of Walton. Down low, Harvey turns around, puts a shot up, rolls out. Rebound comes up. Nice rebound that time by Sidney's Crystal Bivar. Walton basketball, Carissa's open. Carissa Candle, long shot in the corner, doesn't fall. Rebound comes out to Sidney. Nice blocking out that time by the Sidney Warriors. Long three doesn't fall. Rebound to McGibbon. McGibbon looks down the floor, out of bounds, checked out of bounds, and it stays with Walton. Offensive foul, I think he called that on Walton. McGibbon off the ball. Why one of the girls from Sidney took an elbow, looked like maybe in the face. She's trying to shake it off here right in front of us. Took a pretty good shot, maybe have a bloody nose. Coach Pierce out to take a look at her. They're going to help her off the court. And we'll get back to basketball action really soon. It's been a physical game.
It has been.
Hasn't been chippy, but it's been a physical game.
It's just one of those accidents that happen.
Yeah,
you accidentally catch an elbow, you get a bloody nose.
I don't think I've ever seen a Walton-Sidney game that wasn't a little physical.
Oh, they're always physical.
They are. Well, it's one of those territorial things. You know, your schools are 22 miles apart. You got a lot of pride in your school, and
you know everybody you're playing against.
You do. Yeah, it makes a big difference. Yeah. So in just a minute, we'll get back to basketball action. The foul was called offensive against Walton, against McGibbon. That was her first. So Sidney has the ball inbound as we return to play. Jordan Lang will inbound for Sidney. Lang and Baldwin in the backcourt right now for Sidney. Baldwin with the ball, number one. Near takeaway for the Warriors of Walton, and Sidney gets it back. Here's a steal. McGibbon takes the ball down the floor for Walton. Marissa McGibbon with the basket.
Saw the pass coming, anticipated, got the steal, and finished on the other end.
So Walton now advances their lead to 30 to 11. Late stages of the first half, less than a minute to go. McGibbon in the corner. Down low to Harvey. Harvey to Reinhardt, who's back in. McGibbon to Reinhardt. Nice entry to Harvey. Down low, her shot rolls off. Rebound Crandall brings out trouble for the Warriors. McGibbon to Clough. Clough inside, no, was whistle and a foul on Sidney. So Clough going to the line, shooting two for Walton. Warriors getting good shots selection that time. Mackenzie Clough, second leading scorer on the team with 133 points for the season. Also leading in blocks with 34 and third in steals with 20. 30-11 as the first shot goes off. Clough also leads with rebounds with 120 on the season. Second shot rims out. 30 seconds for the half. 30-11 our score. Side jumper good that time by Savannah Baldwin. Baldwin with her second basket. It's a 30-13 lead. Walton up by 17. There's a Walton turnover. 7 seconds to go for the half. And Sidney with the ball. Walton extends their pressure. Baldwin down the floor for Sidney. Running one-hander is no good. Follow shot is good at the buzzer. Nicely finished. Number 14 with the basket is Hannah Gray. So after one half of basketball action, our score 30-15. Lucas, your thoughts on the game?
Well, Walton's been coming out, playing very solid defense, like we said, like they did in the first quarter. And they kept it up the second quarter, and they were able to finish some little more shots than they did in the first quarter. Sidney, they got a little hot at the start of the second quarter, but then Walton amped up their defense again. They just weren't able to finish much after that. But they have been playing excellent basketball, I have to say.
So 30-15 is our score at the halftime with Walton with the lead. And we have some reminders we'll pass along. Lucas, you got to get ready for a varsity game tonight. So,
yeah, I do.
So good luck.
Yep, thank you.
All right, talk to you soon. We have some reminders we'd like to pass along here. Walton CSD will host the Section 4 Division II Wrestling Championship at 5 p.m. on Tuesday, tomorrow. Because it's a Section 4 event, admission prices are determined by the section. Adult students are $5. Senior citizens age 65 and older, $3. Children 10 and under when accompanied by an adult are free. Also, the second country music and comedy show presented by the Townsend Elementary staff and students is at 6:30 p.m. on Saturday at the high school auditorium. Tickets are $3 and are on sale at the Townsend main office. There is no school on Monday, this coming Monday, January 21st. It's Martin Luther King Day. The district is closed. Upcoming Board of Education meetings held at the Board of Education room of the high school January 22nd at 6 p.m. and on February 12th at 6 p.m. So your halftime score, Walton out in front of Sidney by a score of 30-15. The Walton girls and Sidney girls playing right now. And, of course, that varsity game to follow between the boys, Sidney varsity teams assigned this evening. That's coming up shortly here on the Walton Central School District YouTube Live. I'm Ron Golly. Stick around for the second half action. And we're back once again, everybody. Thank you for joining us on Walton Central School District YouTube Live. Ron Golly along with you. We'll be here until the varsity game is over with, as well the varsity boys game. Right now, the girls game at halftime. With just seconds go until we get started with the second half. Our score, Walton 30 and Sidney with 15. Okay, so we're getting set to start the second half of action here on Walton Central School District YouTube Live, right here at our broadcast location. I've lost a video. Hope everything's okay back there at home. But we still have audio, so we'll do the best we can right now, and we'll see what happens as the night goes on. Right now, 30-15 your score. Walton with the lead. Sidney has the ball as we start second half action. Sidney working the ball nicely inside. Clough with the rebound with the block shot and the rebound for Walton. Mackenzie Clough for the Warriors, pushing the ball in the corner. Back out front it comes to McGibbon. McGibbon back to Palmatier. Palmatier to long one-hander by McGibbon, falls out. Rebound is Sidney. Sidney possession shot outside doesn't go. Walton gets the rebound. Sidney back the other way, 32-15 your score. Walton with the big lead. And our screen is back up again. Okay, we're good to go. 6:26 to go here in the third quarter. 32-15 is the score. Clough with the ball for Walton. And it comes to McGibbon. McGibbon right side, Palmatier. Jordan Palmatier back out front. McGibbon called for taking an extra step. That traveling call, that call you never see in the National Basketball Association anymore, is alive and well. Sidney with the ball, trailing 32-15, 6-minute mark, third quarter, number 3. Inside, nice look down low, getting the ball inside the basket to Crystal Bivar. Barr with her second shot of the night that goes. Walton back the other way, down low, pass to Harvey. Harvey scores. So Walton getting the 2 right back. It's 34-17. Shot from Sidney from the perimeter doesn't fall. Harvey has the rebound. Walton on the run. Harvey's inside pass checked away out of bounds, and it stays with Walton. Crandall will trigger it in from the side for the Warriors. Crandall's pass comes out front, Palmatier. Palmatier to Harvey in the corner. Back out front, it comes again to McGibbon. McGibbon left side to Crandall. Nice look, no look pass down low to Clough, good. Clough gets the basket. Crandall gets the assist. (36-17), 19-point advantage by Walton. Baldwin inside, can't find the shot. Finally, Sidney able to get a shot out of bounds, stays with Sidney. Sidney with possession with just about 5 minutes left to go here in the third. 36-17, Walton on top. Have a violation against Sidney, so the Warriors of Walton get it back again. Crandall, number 14, behind the circle, down low to Clough. Clough shot goes up a little long, out of bound, and here comes Sidney. In the open court, that's Mariah Gifford. Gifford shot, a whistle and a foul. And a couple of free throws coming here now for Sidney. Going to the line, shooting 2, Haley Larson. Larson's free throw good. 36-18. 18-point advantage for Walton. Second shot doesn't go. Rebound comes off to Harvey for Walton. Harvey pushing it down the floor. Palmetier, nice look down low to Crandall. Crandall back out front, McGibbon. McGibbon to Harvey, long three. Front iron and out. Rebound Baldwin for Sidney. Shot doesn't go. Harvey flashes in for the rebound. Harvey out comes to Reinhardt. Reinhardt behind the circle. Harvey takes a dribble. McGibbon bounce pass out front. Gets it back, takes a long three. In and out. Rebound to Baldwin for Sidney. He's done a nice job working the glass in this game. Travel called on Sidney. Clough takes a long three for the Warriors off the front iron, no good. Clough gets it back, puts a shot up, a high off glass, no good, out of bounds. And it belongs to Sidney. 36-18, 3:34 left here in the third. Savannah Baldwin works it down floor for Sidney. Baldwin inside, puts a shot up and in. Bavar with a basket. Bavar, number 35 with a shot. Walton calls timeout. Reminder, Walton Central School District hosting the Section 4 Division II Wrestling Championship at 5 p.m. Tuesday, tomorrow. And because it's a Section 4 event, admission prices are determined by the section. Adults and students, $5. Senior citizens age 65 and older, $3. Children 10 and under, when accompanied by an adult, are free. The Section 4 Wrestling Championships will be held tomorrow here in Walton, 5 o'clock. Great opportunity to come out and see some of the best wrestling around. Out of the Walton Delhi WDA War Dogs have had an outstanding season. Congratulations to them. And they will be well represented in the Section 4 Wrestling Championships tomorrow. And, of course, they'll be right here on Walton Central School District's YouTube Live. Crandall takes it to the basket. Shot doesn't go. Rebound comes off to Sidney. Sidney looking to push the ball. Gifford down court. Shot no, followed by Bavar, doesn't go. Rebound controlled again by Bavar. Another opportunity for Sidney. Outside shot doesn't go. Rebound, whistle, and let's call a travel on Sidney. Another injured Sidney player. That looks like number 1, Savannah Baldwin, who took a tumble. Coach Pierce out to take a look at her, see if she's all right. Officials calling both teams off the floor for the moment until they can find out what's going on. Clock stop at 2:40, third quarter. 36-20 your score, 16-point lead. Didn't really get a chance to see what happened. It was away from the play. And it looks like Coach is taking a look at Baldwin's ankle, foot or ankle area. So we have a break in the action. The second, this sounds like fun. The second country music and comedy show presented by Townsend Elementary staff and students is coming up at 6:30 p.m. on Saturday. I was reading about that on Patty Wood's Facebook page just a few minutes ago. It's kind of in the theme of Hee Haw back in the 60s. Remember that country comedy show? And it'll be held at the high school auditorium. Tickets are $3 and are on sale at Townsend main office. So that's coming up Saturday night, 6:30, for some wonderful country music and comedy show. And just $3 for a night of entertainment. Pretty good deal. I'll tell you, it's a really good deal. Savannah Baldwin up on her feet. She's being helped off the field court, though. She's not able to put much weight on that foot at all. So she'll get attended to. We wish her well. She's a very talented sophomore. Number 1. Does a lot of ball handling for this team. Putting some ice on that ankle right now. Coach Backus from Walton over to see if she's okay. Walton possession as we get back to action. 2:40 left here in the third quarter. Walton leading 36-20. Harvey to McGibbon for Walton. Back to Harvey. Harvey number 31. Off to Reinhardt. Grace Reinhardt. Long shot taken by Walton. Doesn't go. That was Makara Crandall with that last shot. Carissa Crandall. Walton got the offensive rebound. Gets the ball back again. Clough shot doesn't fall. Rebound Sidney. Sidney again turns it over. Clough coming from behind, poking the ball from behind with possession. Reinhardt in the corner to McGibbon. McGibbon's long one-hander off the mark. And it goes to Sidney. Sidney turns it over. McGibbon with it. Now back to Sidney. Sidney to the basket. Shot doesn't fall. Whistle foul against Sidney. (36-20), 16-point advantage for the Warriors. McGibbon in, nice pass inside to Harvey. Harvey's shot is good. Olivia Harvey, the senior for the Warriors, over 1,000 points in December. Adding to that total with every basket. Currently third all-time on the list. There's a shot and a score and a foul the other end. Nice looking basket that time for Hannah Gray. Junior with the basket. And a free throw good, so she converts the three-point play. Kara Kinch back into the Walton lineup, along with Riley McAdams. One minute mark of the third. Reinhardt for the Warriors, leaves it in the corner. McAdams. McAdams back out front. Nice entry pass to Harvey. Walton moving the ball well, side to side. Kinch shot from the side, doesn't fall. Rebound off to Sidney. The whistle and a foul on Reinhardt. Fouling Caitlin Bookout, number 12. Not a shooting foul. Bookout will trigger it inbound underneath. That was Gifford, Mariah Gifford with the inbound. Long shot at this time doesn't go. Out of bounds, and it goes to Walton. 31 seconds for the half, for the quarter, third quarter. Reinhardt takes it to the basket. Nice move. Shot doesn't fall. Rebound comes off to Bivar. Here's Sidney on the break. Side shot doesn't fall. Rebound blocked. Follow shot is good. Basket to number 11, Jordan Lang. Back comes Walton. Shot good enough. Let's see if they call the basket. They do. So your new score 40-25. Walton's lead is 15. And looking to complete the three-point play for the Warriors. That's junior or sophomore guard Grace Reinhardt. Reinhardt's free throw is good. 2 seconds left for the quarter, and that will do it. So after 3 periods of play, Walton extends their lead to 41-25, up by 16 points after 3 quarters. Walton led 13-4 after 1. Forgot to write down the score at halftime, but the Warriors are up by 16 at 41-25 after 3 quarters. Following this game, we'll have the Walton boys versus Sidney boys varsity basketball game. We'll have that right here on Walton Central School District YouTube Live. Upcoming Board of Education meetings at the boardroom will be held January 22nd, 6 p.m. That's just coming Monday, so a week from tonight. And also February 12th at 6 p.m. And here's some good news for you students. No school on Monday, January 21st. It's Martin Luther King Jr. Day. The district is closed. Looking forward to that wrestling championship. That's coming up tomorrow. The Section 4 Division Wrestling Championship. 5 o'clock here in Walton tomorrow. And it should be a great time. A lot of wonderful, wonderful wrestling. So that's coming up at 5 o'clock here tomorrow in Walton. Sidney gets the ball as we start quarter number 4. Fourth and final quarter. Walton by 16. Sidney trigger and inbound. Megan Warden, number 10, with the ball for Sidney. Blocked by Clough. And a whistle and a foul on Clough. Like she might have gotten more than the ball, maybe a little bit of the hand. So going to the line shooting for Sidney is Mariah Gifford, number 13. Her free throw is good. She's a good-looking free throw shooter. Has good form, excellent form. First one is good. 41-26, 15-point lead for the Warriors. Second shot good. Perfect. 41-27, Grace Reinhardt steads down the floor for the Warriors. Number 10, off to Mackenzie Clough. Clough left side to McAdams. McAdams down low to Clough. Clough to McAdams. Harvey at the high post. Ball loose on the floor. Comes back to Reinhardt for the Warriors. Grace Reinhardt takes it to the basket. Finger roll shot is good. Don't see a lot of those anymore. The finger roll works for Reinhardt and the Warriors. It's now 43-27. Whistle on the side. That's going to be a 3-second lane violation against Sidney. Reinhardt to Clough. Clough to McAdams. McAdams. High post to Harvey. Harvey takes it strong to the basket, scores, and is fouled. She makes that look so easy. Takes that one dribble, those 2 big steps, puts a shot up, and is very good at drawing contact. Free throw doesn't go. Rebound out of bounds. Stays with or goes to Sidney. (45-27). Walton's lead is 18. Ball lost out of bounds. Last touch by Walton belongs to Sidney. With just under 7 minutes for the game. There's a whistle and going to the line for, so let's see if it's a shooting foul. Maybe no, maybe just out of bounds. Jazana Williams with the ball, number 10. Tara Smith, number 10, junior. Was fouled, not in the act, so it'll be Sidney ball out of bounds. Shot from the side doesn't go, poked out of the reach. Frank with the ball for Walton. Pass inside, shot good by Mackenzie Clough. Getting inside position, using her speed and quickness, 47-27. Walton's lead balloons to 20. Whistle on the shot. A couple of free throws coming here for number 10, Tara Smith. Smith with the first free throw good. Smith hits both ends of the 1-and-1 of the two-shot foul. 47-29, 18-point advantage for Walton. Frank for the Warriors inside to Wiggins. Wiggins on her way to the basket is fouled. Nice look from Lauren Frank that time. Wiggins' first free throw good. Kylie with 3 points on the evening. Second shot, this time rims out. Somebody in the lane too soon, so she'll get another chance at the line. Lane violation, Sidney. Free throw this time is good. Walton held a 20-point advantage, 49-29. Pushing the ball down the floor, Hannah Gray, number 14. Gray into the corner to Smith, back to Gray, long one-hander off the mark. Rebound to Clough. Clough pushing it ahead to Frank. Lauren Frank the basket, missed a shot. Another takeaway by Clough. Clough to Frank. What a nice looking pass. Wave it off for a travel. Took an extra step. Christina Goodrich, number 21, 5'7" junior into the Walton lineup. Replacing Clough. We have another travel, this time on Sidney. Megan Warden called for the travel. Walton possession, 5.5 to go. Wiggins out front for Walton. Down low to Goodrich. Goodrich is cut off. Back to Frank. Frank's shot is good. 3-point shot. Lauren Frank with her first basket. It's a 3, and Walton lead swells to 23. 52-29 to score. Frank with another takeaway near midcourt. Takes the ball to the basket, shoots and scores. Scored the last 5 now for the Warriors. 54-29, 15-point advantage for Walton. Shot the other way as both teams start to warm up. Caitlin Bookout with 2. McAdams to Wiggins. Wiggins long 3, off the mark. McAdams with a rebound. Bounce pass back out front to Wiggins. Wiggins to McAdams. McAdams and Wiggins playing catch. Wiggins takes a long 3, doesn't go. McAdams with another rebound and another chance for the Warriors. Frank into the corner, driving one-hander, good. Scored the last 7 for Walton. Lauren Frank, number 24. Long shot out of bounds. Gardner and Kinch back into the Walton lineup. McAdams walks it across for the Warriors of Walton. 3:43 to go in the game. Walton with a comfortable lead. Varsity boys game to follow here in Walton Central School District YouTube Live. Gardner's shot off, just barely off the mark, a little short. Frank gets the rebound for the Warriors. Ball goes out of bounds, and let's see which way it goes. See if there was a foul. It's Walton ball. Frank for Walton. Kinch with the ball, back to Frank. Whistle on Sidney. .323 all the time left in this game. Pass inside to Goodrich. Christina Goodrich gets a shot underway, doesn't go. Rebound to Sidney. Crystal Bavar continuing to do a good job working the rebounding end for Sidney. Whistle and a foul on the Warriors of Walton. A couple free throws coming here for number 20, Sarah Bessat. Bessat's first free throw off the mark. Sidney gets the rebound on that missed shot. Going over to Walton. Three minutes exactly left in the game. McAdams with the ball for Walton. That's Haley Gardner. Gardner takes a long three off the iron. No. Gardner tracks it down, tries to save it. Out of bounds to Sidney. Gifford and Bookhouse bringing the ball down the court for Sidney. Bookhouse, number 12, backing in. Takes a shot 15 feet away. Up, no. Rebound out of bounds, goes to Walton. Two and a half for the game. Frank with the ball, number 24 for Walton. Now to Kara Kinch. Kinch inside, turns it over. Here comes Sidney the other way. Shot rolls off. Out of bounds, stays with Sidney. Holding foul call this time on Sidney. McAdams for the Warriors heads across midcourt. Gardner, number 44. Gardner left side to Frank. Frank's long one-hander off the rim, no. Rebounded to Sidney. Out of bounds, stays with Sidney. Hannah Gray for Sidney, inbounds. Nice shot from the side by Sarah Bassett is good, her first two. Bassett with 2 off glass. And the Walton lead is cut to 56-33. Sidney with the ball on the side. Just a minute, 26 seconds left. Reminder, we'll have the boys game coming up next here on Walton Central School District YouTube Live. We are also set with live chat, so any comments you have, we'd love to hear from you, see what you think, what you have to say. Just say hello. Good to hear from you. A little discussion is decided it's now bonus time, so free throws coming here for Sidney. Mariah Gifford's first free throw is short. Second shot is long. Sidney with another opportunity. Shot doesn't go. This time the ball is out behind the backboard, so it'll belong to Walton if somebody can get the ball back. They have a backup ball they're bringing into the game. Yeah, the ball is lodged behind the backboard. They're going to use that ball to try to get it back. Oh, almost. That's a lot harder than it looks, too, I'll tell you. There's so many wires behind the backboard. I think I'd be telling one of the players, you want to try this? There we go. All right. The official gets the biggest hand of the night. In fact, that's the biggest hand I've heard in many years for an official, which is unfortunate because they really do an amazingly good job. So it will be Walton ball out of bounds. The minute 13 left. 56-33 the score. Walton with the lead. Kinch, number 5, with the ball to Gardner. Gardner poked away by Bivar. Bivar to the basket for Sidney, scores. Well, she's worked hard all night long. Nice job on the glass, and she gets a steal and a basket there to the last minute of the game. Ooh. Hard fall for Lauren Frank. She's fouled. Personals on number 13, Mariah Gifford, her second. Frank at the line shooting 1-1. Had a nice fourth quarter, scored 7 points here. First shot no good, gets another. Second shot is good, so Lauren Frank has herself an 8-point game. 57-35, 22-point advantage for the Warriors. 45 seconds in the quarter for the game. Long shot outside, out of bounds, tipped out of bounds. Stay goes to Walton. 38 seconds left in this one. A reminder, coming up next, Walton boys varsity game between Walton and Sidney. What a way to start a Monday, huh? Doubleheader between Walton and Sidney. McAdams for Walton, back to Gardner. Gardner pushes the ball to Kinch. Kinch along the baseline, puts a running one-hander up. No, follow is good. Lauren Frank again, 10 points for the game. 59-35, 15 seconds for the game. Long shot outside, banked in. Basket for Hannah Gray. She's had some moments tonight. Played well. Back comes Walton. Frank to Kinch. Kinch takes a long shot. It's short. And that's the ball game. So the Walton Warriors defeat Sidney. Your final score, Walton 59, Sidney 38. Stay right here, folks. We're going to have in just a little over 15 minutes, we'll have the Walton boys varsity game with the Sidney varsity team. So looking forward to that. That's coming up in just minutes. Your final score here is Walton led wire to wire. They led 13-4 after a quarter. After 3 quarters, it was 41-25, and Walton with their final score lead 59-38. Good balanced scoring for the Warriors, and a big win here at Walton against Sidney. I'm Ron Golly. Keep it here. Coming back in just minutes, we'll have that Walton boys varsity game with Sidney. And a reminder, coming up tomorrow, Section 4 Division II Wrestling Championship, 5 o'clock tomorrow, right here. Good evening once again, everybody. Welcome to high school basketball action. Ron Golly along with you on a Monday night. Great to have you with us as Walton gets set to take on Sidney, the boys championship, or the boys game coming up next. Walton girls winning decisively earlier tonight against Sidney in the first game of our doubleheader.
We encourage everyone in attendance to display the proper ideals of sportsmanship, ethical conduct, and fair play. Anyone not abiding by the rules set forth.
Girls game tonight went 59-38 in favor of Walton.
Your help in following the rules will be greatly appreciated. Walton Central School is a tobacco vacation, therefore tobacco, including smokeless, non-law.
Just momentarily, we'll have the starting lineups. We'll have the national anthem. We'll be set for tonight's basketball action. So good to have you with us here on Walton Central School District YouTube Live. Let's meet the starting lineups for Sidney.
For Sidney, number 3, Ryan Harris.
Ryan Harris, number 3. Liam Matthews, number 4.
Number 5, John Palmetier.
John Palmetier, number 5 for Sidney.
Number 15, Matt Hoskins.
Matt Hoskins, number 15.
Mike Gravelin.
And Mike Gravelin, number 22. Mike Brzee, longtime coach at Sidney. He's had a lot of success over the years. Excellent game coach. Still on the sidelines working for the Sidney Warriors. Carrying on a fine tradition of great coaching over there. Jose Maribel starts in the backcourt for the Walton Warriors, number 3. Tommy McGuire, number 10. Brett Charles, number 11, starts in the middle. Ethan Wood, number 24, 6'1", senior. Dylan Jacob, number 30. Athlete of the week, I think, last week for the reporter. I think he was. Well earned. Nice job, Dylan. Walton dressed in their home white uniforms, orange and black trim, the very familiar maroon trim. The maroon uniforms and the white trim for Sidney. Good contingent for both communities on hand for tonight's game, as you would expect. Two very good sports communities. Sidney, the first team to break the huddle. Brett Charles jumps for Walton. Liam Matthews for Sidney. Tap goes to Sidney. Sidney's going to play it slow down. Read the defense. Work the pace to their advantage. Side jumper to start the game underway. No good. Rebound kicked out. Grabbed by Walton. Jacob on the fly for the Warriors. Out of bounds. Stays to Walton. Yeah, this might be a tempo game. Look for Sidney maybe to slow it down a little bit. Walton wants to get up and down the floor at every opportunity. Inbound pass comes to Charles. Side jumper good from 12 feet away. Brett Charles hits the first shot of the game for Walton. Now the Warriors coming out of that so familiar full court pressure. Sidney does a nice job going over the top to beat it. Ryan Harris, number 3. Shot is good inside for Sidney. 2-2 score. Walton turns it over. Sidney gets it back on the side. Two score. Both teams have scored. John Palmetier underneath for Sidney. Snaps the ball back out front. There's Palmetier settling for a long 3. It's short. Rebound to Maribel. Maribel outlays, still lets to Jacob. Jacob tracks it down. Pass back out front, McGuire. McGuire's open shot, back iron, no. Rebound comes off to Liam Matthews for Sidney. Matthews in the forecourt, beats the double team, has it taken away from behind. Jacob the other way for Walton, 2 people back for Sidney. Jacob splits the defenses, lost it out of bounds off his leg. Nice defensive job by Sidney. We're still tied at 2. We played just over a minute. Full court pressure for the Warriors. Number 22 is Gravelin in the backcourt. Sidney getting the ball across. Charles comes away with a steer. There's Maribel. Inside, the ball out of bounds, lost by Walton. Last to touch it. Number 24 is Ethan Wood. Sidney doing a nice job keeping two people back at all opportunities, trying to deny any opportunity for the Warriors, to Walton Warriors, to score an easy transition. Pull-up shot on the outside doesn't go for Sidney. Tapped out of bounds. It goes to Walton. Good defensive game to start this one out. Nobody's really hitting their shots, but they're getting good shots. They're playing some good contested shots too. Good defense. Dylan Jacob for the Warriors of Walton. Jacob off to McGuire. McGuire takes it inside, doesn't shoot. Maribel takes a couple dribbles, pull up for 15, shot at 14. Rebound to Sidney. Gravelin with the ball. Gravelin ahead, it comes to Palmatier. Palmatier back to Gravelin. Shot poked away from behind by Walton. Long shot by McGuire is good, banked it in. Walton off to a 5-2 start. That was all started by Maribel's steal from behind. So Walton turning defense into offense, 5-2 lead. Sidney, nice spacing at the offensive end, getting it inside. Shot is good. Excellent ball movement that time. The basket goes to number 3, Ryan Harris. Harris with a bucket. Back come the Warriors. Long shot. 3-point from the side is good. Against McGuire. He's a streaky shooter when he feels it. He can score a lot of points in a real hurry. On the turnover, here come the Warriors the other way. Side jumper is good. Yeah, he feels it. McGuire with 3 for 3 now on outside shooting. He got 3 for 4. Walton's biggest lead tonight. Sidney pushing it down the floor. They take a long 3. It's good. Much needed early basket for number 22, Mike Gravelin. Charles behind the circle right now as McGuire picked up this time defensively by Harris. Maribel fouled on his way to the basket, not shooting. I don't think he was shooting. Maybe he was. No, they're saying not in the act, which is a good call. 4:21 to go in the first quarter. 11-7 score. Walton with a lead. Pass out front to Charles. Brett Charles way out front finds McGuire. McGuire in the corner. Jacob back to Charles. Charles to Jacob. Jacob starts to go along the baseline. Kicks it back out front. Nice look. Finds the open man. Shot doesn't go. Rims out. Taken by Sidney. Mike Gravelin for Sidney. Ball nearly poked away. Gravelin gets it back. Now turns it over. McGuire for Walton. Now it's Maribel. Good pace to this game. Out front, Jacob. Dylan Jacob inside. Puts a shot up. Is tied up. Possession arrow stays with Walton. Sidney very cognizant of where Dylan Jacob is on the floor. He hasn't had much open space in this one. Jacobs getting into McGuire. McGuire to Maribel behind the circle. 11-7 Walton lead. 3:30 left in the first period. Running one-hander, Charles doesn't fall. Rebound comes out to McGuire. McGuire is bodied and fouled. Foul on Liam Matthews. Jacob will trigger it in right in front of our location, court side. Dylan Jacob behind the circle right. Takes a long three-pointer. Got it! First shot of the game. Had some space, took the shot, made it work. Jacobs for 3. Walton's lead is 14-7. 7-point advantage. Ball out of bounds off Walton. Stays with Sidney. 3 minutes to go in the first. Sidney triggering in. Gravelin, number 22. Back to his teammate Palmatier. Palmatier now to Harris. Back up front, that's Matthews. Matthews off glass. No, rebound Maribel. Jose Maribel for the Warriors. Takes it down low, puts a shot up, doesn't go. Rebound, foul, no foul, calling the out of bounds off Walton. Stays with Sidney. Again, very good interior defense by Sidney. Contesting everything Walton puts up in close. And for the most part, limiting Walton to one shot, which is sometimes hard to do. Good effort for Sidney this first quarter. 14-7, Walton with a lead. Long three doesn't go. Rebound underneath, shot no. Tap no good. Rebound this time collected by Charles for Walton. Charles to McGuire. McGuire finds Jacob. Jacob along the baseline. Jacob wraparound pass. Maribel out front. Maribel inside, has it taken away. Nice defense from behind. It's Matthews. And Sidney runs the floor and converts. So the takeaway leads to baskets there. Ryan Harris with his second shot. It's 14-9. Jacob for Walton. Now it's Charles. Brett Charles. Jacob. Oh, what a nice look inside. Charles scores that no-look pass inside. Charles' second basket, 16-9. Everybody getting involved. Both teams playing with a nice energy level here in this first quarter. There's a whistle foul on Walton at the other end of the floor. This one's on Ethan Wood. Sidney ball out of bounds. First substitution in the game for Sidney. Number 2 is Levi Green. Ball move taken away by Tommy McGuire for the Warriors. McGuire to the basket, gets it to go. McGuire with an 11-point first quarter. Nice start for the Warriors. There's a block shot the other end by Charles. Shot put back up, no good. Rebound again by the Warriors. Now the tempo favors Walton. They're getting it down the floor. McGuire from the corner, shot no. Rebound comes off to Sidney. Sidney now looking to get the ball down the floor. Ball checked out of bounds, stays with Walton, or stays with Sidney. Nice transition defense. 18-9 score, 9-point advantage Walton. 49 seconds to go here in the quarter. Ball pushed back out front for Sidney. Working the ball around, the ball loose on the floor. Tie up, possession arrow stays with Sidney. Ethan Wood involved with a tie up. Maribel with a steal for the Warriors, looking to run out. There's McGuire. McGuire to the basket. No good, but a foul. Nice job by Maribel. McGuire shoots 2 with 25 seconds left in this quarter. 18-9 to score. Walton on top. McGuire's first free throw rims out. Tommy, the 6-foot senior, has an 11-point first quarter working for him. Second shot underway, rattles in. McGuire with a dozen. Walton's biggest lead at 10, 19-9, 25 seconds. Again, there's that full three-quarter court pressure for the Warriors. Travel called on Sidney. Ryan Harris thought he had an open look. The defense ran at him. He took an extra step, an extra shuffle. Turned the ball back to the Walton Warriors. 17 seconds to go in the quarter. McGuire and Jacob in the backcourt, 14 seconds. Jacob to Charles. Charles at the high post. Out to Jacob. Jacob takes a long three. No good, in and out. 4 seconds, Sidney with a rebound and a stepping out of bounds. which gets it back to Walton. So they get the last shot for a quick shot. John Palmetier collected the rebound but was out of bounds when he did so. McGuire triggers it in for Walton. And that's going to do it for the quarter. Walton doesn't get a shot underway, so after one period of play, it was a good one. Walton leading Sidney by a score of 19-9 after one. Hey, Ben. And let's see, Walton Central School District hosting the Section 4 Division II Wrestling Championship, 5 o'clock tomorrow, right here. Because it's a Section 4 event, admission prices are determined by the section. Adults and students are $5. Senior citizens 65 and older are $3. Children 10 and under, when accompanied by adult, are admitted free. The Section 4 Wrestling Championship, 5 o'clock here tomorrow. The second country and comedy show presented by the Townsend Elementary staff and students, 6:30 on Saturday at the high school auditorium. Remember they had that a year ago. They had a great crowd and everybody had a really good time. And you know what? You can get in for $3 and tickets are on sale at the Townsend main office. Can you beat that for a night of entertainment, 6:30 Saturday night? About as good as it gets. And again, tickets $3 at the Townsend School office. And then to further celebrate the weekend, it's a long one because there's no school Monday because Martin Luther King Jr. Day is being observed. Walton brings it inbounds right in front of our location at center court. Jacob and McGuire working in the back court. Jacob to Maribel, left side behind the circle. Out to Charles. Charles to Jacob. Jacob to McGuire, takes a long three. It's short this time. Nice save on the sideline for the Warriors. Morgan Condon doing a nice job keeping that ball alive. Found the open man, and Walton gets a new possession, gets some free throws out of that deal as Jose Maribel is fouled. Maribel's free throw is good. That's his first point of the game. Good news for Walton. Walton's up by 21, and that's the first point for Maribel. Second shot, Maribel falls through. It's good. 21-9. Walton's lead is 12. That's the biggest lead they've had tonight. Ryan Harris walks it across with Sidney. Off to Leon Matthews, back to Harris. Ball is kicked, stays with Sidney. Sidney with possession, Gravelin on the inbound pass, out of bounds, and it goes to Walton. Unforced error there. Jacob with the ball for Walton. Condon, the first substitution of the game for the Warriors. Number 14 into the game. McGuire for the Warriors takes a long three, back iron and out. Nice block out by Sidney. Ryan Harris with the ball. Sidney possession, they turn it over. Here comes Jacob. Dylan Jacob to the basket, scores. Jacob's second basket, his first two. 23-9, the Walton lead, now 14. And again, that relentless three-quarter court pressure. Walton again coming away with a loose ball. Here comes Jacob in the open court for the Warriors. Jacob in the corner to Maribel. Maribel can't find his shot. Taken away by Sidney's defense. Nice job that time. Sidney to the basket. Shot comes up short. And a foul on Sidney. That was a great steal that time by Liam Matthews. And the 6-footer just couldn't get the layup to go. Coming into Sidney's lineup is number 15, Matt Hoskins. Hoskins in for Levi Green, who played a few minutes for Sidney. 23-9, Walton walks it across. Jacob out front, McGuire. McGuire takes a couple dribbles. Loose on the floor, Maribel picks it up. Shot doesn't fall, rebound, Condon's up and in. Excellent contribution off the bench for Morgan Condon. First basket, had a nice takeaway, saved the ball a few minutes ago. His first 2 points is 25-9, 16-point advantage Walton. Sidney with the ball, 5:50 left until halftime. It's been an active first half, a lot of action. Sidney's problem, they played well, they're just not shooting it well. There's a long three from the outside shot, back iron and out. Jacob again with a rebound. Jacob takes the ball coast to coast, took the shot up, in and out. Rebound back tap to Charles. Charles to Maribel for three from the corner. And Jose Maribel with his second basket. 28-9. Suddenly Walton's lead is 19. They've hit one of those spurts. Sidney back the other way. Two seconds on the shot clock. Shot at the buzzer doesn't go. Rebound to Charles. Charles leading a break. 3-on-2 break opportunity. Ball kicked by Sidney, so it'll remain Walton ball. Again, we're open for chat. If you'd like to make a comment, be sure to let us know. We'll like to hear from you. Now Sidney calls for a timeout. Much needed timeout. Late stages. Well, halfway through the second quarter, 28-9. If you were with us earlier for the girls game, Walton winning 59-38. Checking our monitor. There are 24 watching right now, so we know people are out there watching. Like to hear from you. Have a note here, which I think is really good. Bella the dog. Everybody at home, make sure you remember to feed your pets before the ball game starts. Well, it's too late for that, but you can sure feed your pet when the ball game is over. But that's a great reminder. Keep in mind also this time of weather, keep your pets from being outdoors too long. Cold weather is tough on animals as well as people. And we certainly are in a cold snap, aren't we? 28-9 your score, Walton and Sidney. I'm looking at these teams and these coaches, and I remember some of the games over the seasons between these two teams. They've been titanic struggles. A couple of teams that have really found their mark. I know Sidney's won state basketball championships. I think a couple of times, didn't they? I know they did at least once back in '79. I think they won another one. They also won a state football championship, and of course Walton winning state football championships in '94 and 2007. Walton with the inbound. In the corner, side jumper doesn't go. Maribel with a rebound, back up, got it, and a foul. He is a lot like McGuire, streaky. When he gets it going, get him the ball. And Jose Maribel had a quiet first quarter, now has 7 points. And a chance for that three-point play. Free throw is good. And Walton's lead swells to 31-9. Sidney in catch-up mode. John Palmetier, number 5. Inside shot, no whistle, foul, and free throws coming for Sidney. That time the patience and the good interior passing really paid off. Liam Matthews at the line for Sidney. First free throw good. Oh, Sidney had a heck of a football team this season. Lost a heartbreaker in the Section 4 finals to Green, or they might have won a state title again. They were good. (31-11), 20-point advantage Walton. 4-minute mark of quarter number 2. Walton turns it over. Back comes Sidney, looking to put back-to-back baskets together. To the rack, shot is blocked by Charles, Brett Charles. Didn't like it, but accepted it. I guess that's the best way you can put it. So going to line for Sidney, shooting a pair. That's Ryan Harris. First free throw is back iron and out. Whether it was a foul or not, it looked like one. So I think that's what you go by in that case. So no argument about that call. Second shot is good. Harris with a 5-point night. And Walton's lead is reduced to 31-12. halfway through the second quarter. Sidney now extending their defense. Three-quarter quarter, getting a turnover with it. Nice job. Back the other way comes Sidney. Shot doesn't go. Rebound, foul, or a block shot by Charles that time. Nice change-up defensively by Sidney. Gave him the opportunity. Tommy McGuire's shot doesn't go. Rebound tapped up and good by Dylan Jacob. Has 8 points. Ball poked out of bounds. Stays with Sidney. 33-12, 21-point advantage. Sidney looking for some ball movement here. There's a long three shot, doesn't fall. Rebound out of bounds, goes to Walton. McGuire and Jacob walking the ball down. Jacob with the ball, takes it to the basket, pulls up, 12 feet away, got it. Found his spot on the floor, elevated shot, made it look easy. Dylan Jacob with 10 points in the quarter in the game. 35-12, 13-point advantage again for Walton. Shot doesn't fall, rebound to Walton. Condon, who's made a nice contribution off the bench, comes away with a rebound. Back comes Maribel for the Warriors. Maribel in the corner, Condon and Maribel. Bounce pass out to McGuire. McGuire in the corner, Condon and Maribel. Nice job of the Sidney defense coming out after him. 12 on the shot clock. Underneath, McGuire corrals it for Walton. McGuire to Charles. Charles takes a long one. It's short. Rebound collected by Sidney. Good defensive trip that time by Sidney. They earned that possession. Out front is Mike Gravel directing traffic. Gravel in the corner gets it back. Out of bounds to Walton. Sidney's done the fundamentals well. They've got the ball to the open man. They've done a nice job against the press. They're just not shooting it well. They're not able to get shots. Walton turns it over this trip. Back comes Sidney. Yes, Sidney did win another state championship back in the early 90s, didn't they? The earlier mid-90s, yes, with Jeff Matthews. Side jumper by Sidney, good this time. Matt Hoskins with a basket, his first two. Morgan Condon for Walton. Condon from the corner, side jumper, got it. Long three for Morgan Condon. Left alone, nicely found that time by teammate Jacob. Back the other way, Sidney, shot doesn't fall. Rebound, here comes Condon. Condon looking to push the ball for the Warriors. To Condon, Morgan to Condon. I'll get it straight, Jacob to Condon. That's the way it turned out. Condon finishing, nice look by Jacob. Condon with the basket and the foul. Now shoots a couple of free throws. Isaac Vesterfeld into the Walton lineup. Also coming in is Kyle Wright, number 21. And number 20, Cody Ray. Free throw doesn't go. Rebound Vesterfeld. Vesterfeld brings it out of trouble. Off to Ray. Ray to Jacob. 40 seconds in the quarter. Condon again open from the side. Shot rims out. Rebound Ray is tied up. Possession arrow goes Walton's way with 31 seconds for the half. 40-14 your score. Walton doing it both offensively and defensively. It's a lot of points for a half. Girls game earlier tonight went to the Warriors, 59-30. Walton Warriors, 59-38. I keep saying Warriors. Both teams are nicknamed Warriors. Ball tipped out of bounds. Last touch by Sidney. Walton possession. Jacob for Walton pushing into the corner. Ray's shot outside doesn't go. Vesterfeld with his second rebound. And Walton turns it over. Layup is good. Nice job that time by Liam Matthews with his second too. 6 seconds for the quarter. Jacob for Walton pulls up, takes a long three. It's short. Ray's shot doesn't count. Wave it off. So at the end of the first half, our score, Walton with a 21-point second period after their 19-point first quarter. Sidney scored 12. It was 19-9 after one. It's 40-21 at the half. So Walton in control at halftime. And we'll have second half action coming up in just a little bit. Don't forget the Section 4 Wrestling Championship starts at 5 o'clock tomorrow here in Walton. And admission determined by Section 4. Adults and students are $5. Senior citizens 65 and older $3. Children 10 and under, when accompanied by an adult, are free. Board of Education meeting coming up next Tuesday. I think I said earlier Monday. It's a week from tomorrow, so it'll be actually the 22nd because there is no school on Monday, which is Martin Luther King Day. So the Board of Education meeting coming up on the 22nd at 6 p.m. and also February 12th at 6 p.m. And as we mentioned, no school on January 21st, a week from today, because it is Martin Luther King Jr. Day. The office is closed. And as we mentioned earlier, the second country music and comedy show presented by the Townsend Elementary staff and students starts at 6 o'clock Saturday night. Put that one on your calendar. Tickets are $3 and on sale at the Townsend School main office. Thank you, John Henderson. It's good to hear from you. Appreciate the comment, and we're good to have you with us. Let's face it, we can't do this if people aren't watching us, so it's really good to know that people are out there watching. And let's see, right now we have 25 viewers. We've had a few more earlier in the night. We've had a few less earlier in the night. So people are checking in and out, and why not? Thanks for making us part of your night. At this half, once again, our score, Walton 40, Sidney 16, and back with more second half activity from Walton in just a few minutes. Walton Central School District YouTube Live. We are running out of season. I can't believe how quickly the season's coming to a close. Let's see, next game will be let's see, Thursday the 24th. That's wrestling. Wrestling coming up on Tuesday, Wednesdays we mentioned. Then Thursday will be wrestling boys against Shenango Forks. Friday the next basketball game at the Walton High School gym. That starts at 5:30, so I'll be here for the first half of that game. And the girls' game will follow. Friday and Saturdays with me. I'm working Friday and Saturday nights, so I have to leave early. Then let's see, what do we have next week? Our final games of the season will be taking place on the 29th, Tuesday, January 29th, Bainbridge-Guilford, and then January 30th, a Wednesday, Bainbridge-Guilford with the girls here at the high school gym. And that's then, of course, time for league championship game and sectional championship. And season does go fast in a hurry, doesn't it? Anyway, we're glad you could join us tonight. Girls winning in the opener tonight at 5:30 game at 59-38. Walton boys on top right now, 40-16 as we start the third quarter. Walton boys huddling up with Coach Dave Gardepy, and the Sidney boys with Coach Mike Brzee. Again, that Section 4 Division Wrestling Championship takes place starting tomorrow at 5 p.m. here in Walton. Sidney has the inbound pass as we start this half number 2. Working the ball in the back court, that's Michael Gravelin. Sidney needs an early spurt in this third quarter to get back into it. There's a long shot in the corner, doesn't go. Rebound collected by Sidney, back up, no. Whether it's a point-blank opportunity. That time they score. 3 trips to the basket that time. And Liam Matthews converts for Sidney on the third trip. Now Sidney coming out in some pressure basketball, and they get a turnover right away. A near turnover. Walton gets it back. Well, that was an adventure. Warriors across midcourt. Tommy McGuire with it. Sidney changing their defense, going to some pressure, something we hadn't seen earlier. Nice look down low. Shot is good. Ethan Wood, the 6'1 senior, with a basket. Walton extends their lead now to 42-18. We played a minute in the second half. Matthews out front, takes it to the basket. Matthews draws contact, is fouled, shoots 2. Liam Matthews, junior, number 4, 6-footer, 170 pounds. Foul on Ethan Wood, that's his second. Matthews' first free throw doesn't go. Second shot also no good. Rebound Maribel. Here comes the Walton Warriors looking to push it down the floor. Maribel to Wood. Wood in the corner to McGuire. McGuire back out front to Wood. Maribel thinks about it, doesn't shoot. Jacob is open, left alone, will take it. Long shot, good. Dylan Jacob with a touch. That's 13 points. Didn't get involved offensively with the scoring until later in that first half. 44-18, Walton getting a lot of balanced scoring in this game. Here's a body and a foul on Jacob. Sidney possession. Levi Green, number 2. Down low to Matthews, out of bounds, and it's Walton ball. Dylan Jacob in the backcourt for the Warriors. Jacob across midcourt. Switches to the left hand. Open man underneath. Nice pass, nice finish with Brett Charles, who has 6, and Walton's lead is now 46-18, an 18-point advantage for the Warriors. Levi Green walks it down for Sidney. Green left side to John Palmetier. Palmetier inside to Matt Hoskins. Hoskins' shot is up, it's good. 46-21, that was a 3. Charles' finger roll to the basket is good. Brett Charles now with 8 points. Five-minute mark of the third. Walton nearly gets a turnover. Sidney gets it back again. Long three underway, doesn't go. Walton ball, 4:45 left in the third, 48-21 the score. Here come the Walton Warriors, 4:41 to go. Down low again is Charles. Charles up, no, but a foul. Foul on the play by Matt Hoskins. Free throws coming for Charles. Charles' first free throw doesn't fall. Second shot good. Brett Charles with 9-point evening, along with some good rebounding. Solid defense for the Warriors inside. Nice ball movement this time for Sidney. Inside, Matthews takes it to the rack and scores. Liam Matthews with 8. 49-23. Maribel to the basket. Is fouled. Walton up by 26 points. Maribel shoots 2. First free throw is good. Jose has 9 points on the evening. Second shot doesn't go. Sidney on the attack. John Palmetier, number 5. Shot doesn't go. Follow shot is good. Basket by Levi Green. Green to the bucket. 50-25. Lead is 25 for the Warriors. Maribel, number 3. That's Charles. Charles back to Maribel. Brett Charles. Shot is good. Nice pass again by Jacob. Wood with the basket. Wood has 4. 52-25. 27-point advantage for the Warriors of Walton. Matthews with Palmetier in the corner. Oh, long 3 rimmed out. Tough luck there. Back comes Jacob. Jacob to the glass. Scores. Dylan Jacob with 15. Whistle foul on the Warriors. Isaac Vestaveld and Cody Ray coming into the Walton lineup. Make that Kyle Wright, number 21. And Ray also into the lineup. Long shot doesn't go. Rebound to Ray. Jacob works it across court for the Warriors in control of this game. Jacob takes a long 3, shot it short. Rebound is Sidney. Walton getting back with numbers. Short shot doesn't go, followed by Matthews, in and out. Tough luck on that shot. Sidney with a shot in the corner. Out of bounds, and it stays with Sidney. Good work on the glass by the Sidney Warriors. .14 on the shot clock. Sidney with good possession. A good possession, looking to get a good shot. Instead, they turn it over. Here comes Jacob again, one-on-one. Dylan Jacob leaves it to Vesterfeld. Isaac Vesterfeld, turnover the other way. Here comes Sidney. Sidney with a breakout. Shot doesn't go. Rebound fought for, stays with Sidney. Hard to get any free looks in a game like this. Pretty good defensive effort. Open three that time doesn't go. Dylan Jacob with a rebound for the Warriors. Jacob down the floor, tipped out of bounds. Last touch by Sidney. Vesterfeld behind the circle left for Walton. Walton turns it over. 55-25. 30-point advantage for the Warriors of Walton with 1:08 to go. Looks like Sidney turns it over this time. Trying to track it down with Glenn Rogers. Couldn't control it before it went out of bounds. Brandon Kane, number 25, into the Sidney lineup. Vesterfeld and Jacob in the backcourt. Jacob walks it across in the corner. Ray back out front, Jacob. Long three off the mark that time by Kyle Wright. Walton gets the takeaway. Isaac Vesterfeld for the Warriors. Long three again comes, it rolls out. Second three-point shot from the outside doesn't go for Sidney. They have the rebound. Still time for another shot. 7 seconds. Here's a long three put up. No good. Rebound Jacob. Puts a shot up at the buzzer and hits the backboard. If that had gone, well, after 3 quarters of play, Walton on top by a score of 55-25 over Sidney. Sidney scored 4 points in that quarter. Walton had 15. So the Warriors led 19-9 of Walton after a quarter. 40-21 at halftime, outscoring Sidney 21-12 in that period. And then 15-4 shut down in the third quarter. So Walton advancing their lead to 55-25 with 8 minutes of basketball remaining here in Walton tonight. Earlier tonight, the Walton girls defeated Sidney by a score of 59-38. A game the ladies of Walton led just about all the way. In fact, I think they did lead them from coast to coast. So it's been a pretty good night so far for the Orange and Black. And wrestling taking place tomorrow and Wednesday here, Walton. Section 4 Wrestling Championship at 5 o'clock starting tomorrow. And you're certainly invited on down to see some of the best wrestling around. Congratulations to the WDA War Dogs, who had another tremendous season. Congratulations to the wrestlers and the coaches and everybody who takes part in that wrestling program. It has been a sensational year. Sidney with the ball as we start quarter number 4. Liam Matthews with the inbound. Mike Gravelin walks it across. And a good Walton defense. Into the Walton lineup, number 25, Lucas Wally. Sidney scores 55-27 to score. Vesterfeld in the backcourt. Morgan Condon back to Vesterfeld. Vesterfeld down low. Ray out front to Vesterfeld, takes a long 3. Back iron, no. Rebound, whistle, foul on Vesterfeld, trying to follow his shot. Sidney ball, Glenn Rogers, number 10, number 22, that's Mike Gravelin. Gravelin to Matthews. Ball out of bounds, kicked out of bounds, stays with Sidney. Number 25, Brandon Kane, also into the lineup now for Sidney. Shot from the outside goes. This time for Glenn Rogers. Rogers with the basket, 12 feet away. Sidney coming out in pressure. Vesterfeld for the Warriors. Gets it across midcourt. Isaac Vesterfeld. Morgan Condon, number 14. Lucas Wally's 25. Vesterfeld again with it. Vesterfeld's runner doesn't go. Condon with the rebound is fouled. And free throws coming here for Morgan Condon. Not an act of shooting. She'll be out of bounds for the Walton Warriors. Vesterfeld, number 1. Works it inside. Shot doesn't fall. Rebound, whistle, foul. I think that's going to be on Vesterfeld over the top. Sidney ball with 6 minutes to go in this game. 55-29, Walton with a lead, as you can see on our Walton Central School District YouTube live video screen. Ball checked away. Wally tries to save it. Sidney comes away with it. The shot is no good. Rebound follow. In the corner, side jumper up. No good. Rebound cleared by the Walton Warriors. Condon with the ball for Walton, number 14. Offensive foul. Turn the ball back to Sidney. (55-29). Walton with a lead. Sidney walks it across. Matthews to Rogers, underneath. Matthews scores. Puts him in double figures. Vesterfeld and Condon working into backcourt. Condon gets it across. Wally along the baseline, has the ball knocked out of bounds, stays with Walton. Condon will trigger the inbound play for the Warriors underneath their basket, underneath the Sidney basket. Side jumper, Vesterfeld doesn't go. Rebound to Sidney. Matthews with a follow, missed a shot. Rebound, Walton. Cody Ray with a rebound. 5'11" junior is fouled. Ray down low, nice look, nice pass, and a nice finish by Morgan Condon. Morgan with 9 points on the night. Vesterfeld gets the rebound at the other end for the Warriors. 4.5 for the game. Vesterfeld down the floor. Condon inside. Out it comes to Wright. Condon, Vesterfeld. Condon down low, nice distribution shot, doesn't go, but a whistle and a foul, and Cody Wright goes to line, shoots free throws for Walton. Free throw underway is good. Kyle Wright's first point tonight. Brendan McCormack into the Walton lineup now for Walton. Also entering the lineup is Max Jacob. Jacobs, number 4. There's a steal by the Walton defense. There's a foul after that. Goes against Sidney. Nick Gravel with a foul. Walton figures it inside. Lucas Wally, long three-pointer is good. Lucas Wally with his first basket tonight, 62-31. Ball tipped away out of bounds. Last touch by Walton. Stays with Sidney. 3.5 left in the game. (62-31) Walton. Sidney with possession. Walton three-pointer. The three of the buzzer doesn't go. Follow shot doesn't fall. Rebound comes out to Sidney. Ball poked away and a whistle and a foul. Liam Matthews picks up the whistle. Wally shooting free throws for Walton. First one is good. Lucas, a 6-foot junior, hits his first, has 4 points. Second shot good. Wally has 5, 64-31. 33-point advantage for the Warriors at the 3-minute mark of the game. Sidney turns it over again. Sidney's played hard tonight. They just don't have a lot of scoring. That's what really separated these teams tonight. Walton has a lot of finishers. There's a drive to the basket, ball knocked away. Nice job defensively by Sidney. Matthews takes the basket, missed a shot. Walton on the rebound. Dakota Lane into the Walton lineup. Shot on the side doesn't fall. Rebound to Sidney. Matthews down the court for Sidney. Takeaway, Max Jacobs with the ball for Walton. Jacobs, number 4, running the point for the Warriors. Wally leaves it in the corner. Side jumper, no. Rebound, foul on Walton. That's on Dakota Lane, 6-foot junior. He has his foul. Stops the clock at the 2-minute through 13 mark. Walk to the other end of the floor and shoot 1 and 1. Liam Matthews shooting free throws for Sidney. First free throw doesn't go. Rebound to the Warriors. Lucas Wally down the court. Back to Max Jacobs. McCormack, now again Jacobs. McCormack in the corner. Underneath. Turns it over. Levi Green. There's a whistle underneath. And free throws coming here for Nick Gravel for Sidney. 6', 175-pound guard. Junior, number 20. Gravel's free throw good. Second shot rims out. Matthews to the rebound. Shot, it wouldn't go. Rebounded McCormick for Walton. Here comes Max Jacobs with the ball. Jacobs, a 5'7" junior. Okay, whistle again called on the floor. Holding foul called on Dakota Lane for the Warriors. So again, 1-and-1 time here for Sidney. We go to the other end of the floor. Minute 34 left. 64-32 your score. Free throw good. Free throw put in that time by Glenn Rogers. Second shot, Rogers short. Rebound tipped out. Controlled by Wally. Wally to Jacobs. Here comes Walton ball. Max Jacobs, a junior, gets it across court. Wally behind the circle right side. McCormack down low to Jacobs. Out of bounds, tipped out of bounds by Sidney. Walton has it with a minute 14 to go. McCormack puts up a floater. It's good. Brandon McCormack with his first basket. Sidney turns it over the other end of the floor. Walton with a minute to go has the ball back again. Gave to McCormack. Long one-hander this time is long. Rebound to Sidney. Here comes Matthews. Matthews with a crossover in the corner. Rogers out front. Long shot doesn't go. Rimmed out. Matthews' second shot is follow shot is no good, but is fouled and will go to the line shooting two. Matthews, good athlete. 6', 170-pounder. Heck of a player in that football team this year. Free throw good. Liam with 11. Second shot rolls out. Wally with the rebound for the Warriors. Ball pushed out of bounds, belongs to Sidney. Dakota Lane into the Walton lineup, number 33. 26 seconds for the game, 66-34. Kick violation against Walton. Sidney ball underneath. 22 seconds to go, 66-34. Long three-point shot doesn't go, out of bounds, goes to Walton. 12 seconds for the game, 66-34. Jacobs with the ball for the Warriors across midcourt. And that's going to do it. Walton just running out the clock. So the clock expires. The Walton Warriors defeat Sidney by a score of 66-34. Walton led 19-9 after quarter, 40-21 at halftime, 55-25 after 3. And your final score, Walton 61, Sidney 34. Don't forget wrestling tomorrow night, getting underway at 5 o'clock here at Walton. And you can pick up, of course, tickets for that event here at the school. Country music show coming up this weekend in Walton at the Townsend Elementary School at 6:30. Tickets only $3 on sale at the Townsend School office. There's no school on Monday for Martin Luther King Jr. Day. I'm Ron Gottlieb. So long, everybody, from Walton. Enjoy your evening.
No. Oh no, you're fine. I already swept that one part down there. You're fine.
You're fine, but get out of the way.
No, but
I hear that a lot.
I don't know if you were done with it there, so I just flushed my door.
yeah, we just okay. No, but you know what?
It's just what's right is right.